Hey everyone, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. I'm Dan Fates. Mike and Jenna are back in studio. We'll be joined by them coming up later this week. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. We've gone over 16,000 viewers. Your likes, your comments, and you subscribing really helps the channel as it continues to grow. All right, wrapping up practice here today on Monday. The big news: the Bills punting competition. The Bills PUNTAPOOLZA is officially over. Matt Araiza will be the Bills starting punter, barring any major setback heading into the season. The Bills releasing Matt Haack today. And the first thing I want to say is I tweeted out that Matt Haack didn't lose this job. Matt Araiza took it from him. Look, I know you can talk about anything that you want to say about Matt Haack's struggle last year, and I think those are well documented. I think those are very fair. But Matt Araiza just beat him out straight up in training camp. It wasn't because Matt Haack faltered. It wasn't because of Matt Haack wasn't good enough. Matt Haack, I think, will get picked up instantly on another NFL team, and he is one of the best 32 punters in the NFL, so I think he deserves a starting job. But there's a difference between somebody losing a job and somebody winning it. Matt Araiza won it. I just don't see it as Matt Haack losing it. And I'm talking about what we have seen in training camp, what we have seen in the preseason. Matt Haack has done everything the Bills have asked for. He just can't punt the ball 82 yards. That is the difference. And this is much like what the Bills did when they made Tyler Bass, after drafting him, making him the starter about towards the middle of training camp, about after that second preseason game. Sean McDermott said today that he wants there to be more continuity, more time together now that he can have, that Matt Araiza can have with Tyler Bass as they continue to build that momentum. And Matt Haack, or we talked to Matt Araiza today, and he said that today was one of the first days where it doesn't feel like a relief. He said every single day you have to go out there and prove it, but he said that he's getting more reps. Today was the first day he said he had complete reps because he's obviously not splitting them with Haack, and I think that adds to it. The funny point was we asked Josh Allen a lot about Araiza today and the punt god. Josh Allen says he wants to change that. He wants him to be known as the hold god. Doesn't want him to punt all that much, would rather he be known for something else. So Araiza was asked about the nickname change. He is all for it, and he said it was a dose of reality seeing the Bills' offense last week score 6 straight touchdowns on their first 6 possessions. Araiza didn't even get to punt in the Bills' last preseason game. I'm sure Sean McDermott kind of wanted to see a little bit more of Araiza. He'll get to see more of him this upcoming Friday when the Bills play in Carolina. Some other notes to note today. Another spirited practice, and again, Gabe Davis continues to shine. I thought Josh Allen looks good. Starting to see some continuity with the offensive line. Spencer Brown was back in at right tackle with the first team, so that was a good sign as the Bills hope to get their 5 starting guys all back together. Also, they did one-on-ones. It was another one of those days where wide receivers and cornerbacks went one-on-one. Stephon Diggs is just so good. I don't think we can appreciate it enough. Kaiir Elam was guarding him twice, had pretty good coverage, and Diggs just turned him inside out. He is a special wide receiver. He has proven that once again when you get to really see him go up against corners. I think we've, maybe over these last few months, we've lost the appreciation. Gabe Davis having his big game and where that goes. Dane Jackson, again, looks solid. We still don't know about the return of Trey White. Sean McDermott was asked about it today, about does he need to see practice time? How many practices would Trey White need before getting some real playing time whenever he recovers, whenever he returns? McDermott said he didn't really have he has something set in his mind, but knows that every single player is different, and they'll take it day by day. Some people have been asking, too, about what I think about the number 2 tight end job. The backup job is Dawson Knox, obviously still not with the team, still with his family, mourning the loss of his brother Luke. Sean McDermott expects Knox to be back at practice tomorrow. As for the backup, I think we all expected O.J. Howard to kind of be that guy to take the reins, and they signed him with the bigger deal. It just haven't seen that. We've seen Tommy Sweeney again emerge, have another great play. Josh Allen said after practice, I asked him about him, and said that he's one of the smartest guys. He's also a favorite in the locker room, and when you have a team like this, they kind of root for that. So there are still some competitions to be known. I think that Tommy Sweeney is making a strong case to be that number 2 tight end, overcoming myocarditis 2 seasons ago, missing the entire year, kind of a lost year last year, kind of not really in the mix, but he has flashed. He has made more athletic plays than O.J. Howard, in my opinion, for a guy that just has not really lived up, hasn't had the explosive plays. O.J. Howard is a massive human being, but just hasn't had that athleticism. So it's nice to see Sweeney, I think, really giving a run for that. Quentin Morris, another guy that we really didn't know anything about, got the start last week with Knox not in there. Played well again today, had a one-handed catch during teams, which was good to see. Think that's about it. Khalil Shakir, once again, so smooth. Absolutely turned inside out. One of the corners, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Kyer and it wasn't Dane. Or turned inside out Micah Hyde. That's what it was when they were going. Just so smooth, so fluid as he again continues. Again, he's just having another strong day. The Bills let Tavon Austin go. I think they feel comfortable with what they have as a punt returner, steady-handed Shakir back there. Sean McDermott said, don't look into that too much. That's more of what we're doing. Just more observations as that goes on. We won't hear again from Josh Allen for quite some time. I don't expect him to play, as I've joked around about before. I think it is time to bubble wrap the starters and send them to LA so they would be fully healthy for the upcoming week. Obviously, they released Tavon Austin. The Bills still have to make a few more cuts to get down to the 53-man roster. I still would like them to give Odell Beckham Jr. a call. We will wait and see. The Bills will practice tomorrow and Wednesday. We will be here for both of them, recapping practice, letting you know what we're seeing as they head to Carolina for their final preseason game. I don't expect, again, many of the starters to play. But that's all the time we have for now. I'm Dan Fates. Thanks for watching Buffalo Plus on YouTube. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.